Hi, in this video we'll be going over the C# video tutorials, so we'll be continuing with string methods. So let's just start with an example here. So for example we have, let's just say we have a string here, so let's say we have a private string str points to, let's just say, chocolate ice cream. Then here, so for example, we could go over the contains method. So most of these methods are also in Java. They may be in other languages as well. So for example here we could say that, if str.contains, notice how sometimes excuse me, so sometimes a method requires like a kind of like a static call where you have to call like char. I'm not sure if some of them need string. Perhaps some of them do. For example, equals looks like it's showing us equals here. Concat. So sometimes they're kind of like a static call where you call the class. Other times you call it on your variable. So here we'll say or like your object or variable. So here, for example, we have if str.contains. I'm gonna open some parentheses and then pass in some parameters. So we're looking for ice. So if str.contains the string ice, then here we could just show a message box and just show true, for example. Otherwise we can say else, and then we can show a message box false. Or we can show the string false. Sorry, message box.show, my bad. Okay, so let's just run that. So the output was true. So it so basically this statement here is true. So the str did contain ice, the string ice. So therefore the output showed us true. So the next one that we can do, for example, is kind of like an overloaded version. So this one took a string, so now it can also take a character. So you can pass it for example, we're going to change the type of quotation marks, so we'll change them to single quotes. And then here we can pass, for example, I. Save it and then run it. So it showed us true as well. Sorry, you can't see that message box, it's a pop-up on my screen. So for example, we could have the next one. So the next one is the starts with method. So the starts with method is a bit different. So for example, this one takes a substring parameter, which is the name of a string variable or is a string expression. The argument substring is, so it's also a string that takes a string parameter. The method returns true if the string starts with the same substring. So I believe that at least the first part of the string has to have, including the first character, has to be the same. So for example, here we can say if str.starts with. We can pass in a parameter here, so we can pass in choc. So basically this string does start with choc. I believe you can just continue it on. I don't think you can start with, so let's just try two versions of that. Okay, so the answer was true. So if we just change that to HOC instead, it might return false because it's not exactly, excuse me, it doesn't exactly start with C. Okay, so that one returned false. That was correct. So we can also have we also have ends with, so we can check if, for example, a string ends with something. So we could just do a test of that here. So for example, we could say that if the string ends with cream, which would be should be true. So it should be some part of the string till the exact end. So some exact string till the exact end, I believe, including the characters before that. Okay, so this one returned false. Let's just see why. Unless I did that one wrong. So the method returns true if the string ends with the string substring, or false otherwise. So str.ends, whoops, sorry, I didn't change this to ends with, that's why. So instead of starts with, let's change this to ends with. What's wrong with that? Okay. So str. Excuse me. So if str.ends with cream, then we'll say messagebox.show true. That should be true now. Okay, so now in that case that was true because some part of the string till the end. So for example, if we were to say CREA, I don't think that would be true because it doesn't actually go to the end of the string. Yes, that one was false. So for the next, where are we at now? Okay, so not that much time yet. So we have, for example, the next one is index of. So that's exactly in. These methods are all in Java, I believe, as well. So for example, in C# we can have index of. So we can say we have the same string here. This code will have to be changed a bit. So let's just take this part out. So let's just say, for example, that we're going to need an int position up here, or int index, whatever. So then here, for example, we could say, we could say index points to str.index of. Okay, so they do call them indexes as well. That's what I thought. I might have just some bias docs that I saw that they often use the word subscript instead of index in C#, but they have methods that have index. So like saying index or stating index. So it seems that referencing subscripts or indexes as indexes should be fine. So str.index of here. We can pass in ICE as well. So we're looking for the index of ICE. I believe it actually might be the start of the first character in the string. So index points to str.index of, we're passing in the substring ICE. And then here we'll say if index does not equal -1, messagebox.show true. And here we'll say else. We'll say messagebox.show. We'll say false. We'll pass in the string here false. So it should show us that, actually what is it? Actually that was wrong. I should have showed the index. Messagebox dot, so if index does not equal -1, then here we'll say messagebox.show, and then we'll call, we'll pass index.toString. Otherwise, show false. Or well, yeah, that should be fine. So we'll try that. Okay, let's just see what the answer is going to be. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is the answer 10? The answer is 10. Okay, why is the answer 10? So the answer is 10 because we're looking for the string ice. So we're going to count from the start, which is going to start at index 0 of the string. So C is index 0. If you can see the focus of the keyboard or mouse, it's at C now. I'm up here. Let me just try to zoom in there. Hopefully you can see. So we're at C. The focus is there. So I'm going to count. I'm going to start counting at 0 once I cross to the right of C. So not to the left of C, not right by the quote. I'm going to move one space right. That's going to be 0. Okay, so now I'm going to continue to count as I go through the string. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10. The answer is 10. You have to count the spaces as an index as well. So in this case, when we're looking for the substring ice in chocolate ice cream, so it doesn't take the end of E. It doesn't tell you doesn't tell you the index is between I, C, E. It doesn't tell you the index before I. It tells you the index after it finds the first letter in. So once it realizes that the substring's in the string, then it tells you the first character of the substring index, pretty much. So it tells you it tells you the substring's index, the first character of the substring's index in the string. So in this case, that was 10. So there's also an overloaded version of this method. So in this case here, we could pass in. Where is this? Okay, so we have index points to str.index of. Here we can pass in CE and 2. So pass in the string here CE, and then we'll say comma, and then we'll pass in the second parameter, and we'll say 2. Okay, so CE is the value or the string to be searched. The second parameter is a start index, we're passing in 2. So I believe it's going to start looking at 2. So perhaps it skips the beginning, so 0, 1, 2. So it should give us the same answer, I think. Okay, so the answer actually was 11, so we have 0, 1, 2, then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Oh, sorry, because we're looking for CE, not ice. So in that case, CE doesn't start. So once it finds CE, then it's going to, so last time we were looking for ICE, so that's why it was 10. But in this case, we're not looking for ICE, we're looking for CE, so we just have to shift over 1 to the right. In this case, it starts looking for the string at index 2, so 0, 1, 2. So I believe you don't start looking there, but you do start counting from the beginning of the string. You just don't look you don't look between the indexes 0, 1, and 2. So CHO gets skipped. So then we just count from the beginning again, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, but instead of ice, we're looking for CE, so then we'll move over 1. That should be 11. Okay, so I think we just have, so instead of CE, you could look for CO, and that should return, actually, that would give you a different answer. But for example, we could have one that takes 3 parameters. So we could say one that takes a substring, a start, and a count. So we could say here str.index of, and then we could say that we want to pass, what's the string here? Let's just change this string to x's and o's. So let's just say, for example, we have a string like this. So we have xx space oo space xx space oo space xx. So then we have, for example, we're looking for the index point. So we're looking for str.index of, and we're going to pass in double x here, and then we're going to say comma. So we'll pass the second parameter, which is 3. Third parameter will be 8. So we'll say comma, and then we'll pass in the number 8. So we have value, start index, and count. So we're looking for the value xx. We're starting at index 3, 0, 1. So 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3. And we're looking for a count of 8. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so let's just see what the answer is. Okay, so the answer is 6. So 0, 1. So we're looking for xx, okay. We're looking for the string xx. We're going to start at index 3, so 0, 1, 2, 3. We're going to count 8 starting from there. So 1, 2, 3. And then that would have, actually, sorry, 4. That would have, actually, I think it tells you the first index once it finds the string. So that should be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's correct. So for the next one, for example, we could have index of and pass in a character. So we could change back to chocolate ice cream here. So we have string str points to chocolate ice cream, and we're saying that index points to str.index of. We're looking for the character instead. We'll take these parameters out and we'll pass in a character, so we'll pass in the character C. So I believe it tells you the first occurrence. So let's just see what that is. So it is 0. So I believe if you'd want to find, for example, a second occurrence, you could try a loop. You could try using another overloaded parameter that with a start index, for example. Actually, no, that wouldn't work. You could use a count, so you could say if you found it once, then you want to find it twice, or something like that. Okay, so the next one is index of with 2 parameters, so a character and a start index. So we could try start index 0, 1. Let's try start index of 1. So looking for C, starting at index 1. So we're going to skip the first index. Yeah, it should be 3. So the answer is 3. The reason why is because we skipped index 0. So we're going to start at index 1. Then we're looking for this, basically we're looking for the character C, which is here. So that's 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's another one. So there's some of these have 3 overloads or more. So for example here we could say that we want to pass in the letter E at 10 and 4. So first parameter is 10, second parameter is 4, so we're starting at 10. Starting at index 10 and we're counting 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. Looking for E. So it should be that one there. So let's just see. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then counting 1, 2. Okay. So what is that? Okay, let's just see what the answer is. The ones with 3 overloads can be tricky, or with 3 parameters sometimes. Especially the ends with the ones that start at the end. Okay, so the answer is 12, so let's just see what that is. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Looking for E. That should be, I think that's correct. We're looking for E, we're starting at 10. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're counting 4 up from there. 1, 2. So that E is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Was that right? 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that's correct. It's 12. Okay, for the next one, we can look for last index of. So the last index ones are kind of tricky. So for example, so the description is string is a name of the string variable or is a string expression. So basically, we're looking for this. Basically, this is the string to be searched. And the argument or the parameter, I guess in this case it's an argument. The argument substring is also a string. A substring is found in the string. The method returns the integer position or index of the substring's last occurrence. Okay, last occurrence is the key word here. Like last occurrence is the key here because it's not going to be the first occurrence, so it has a different way of calculating it. It starts at the end, then starts counting backwards. If substring is not found in the string variable, the method returns -1. So we had some of these earlier on, a method similar where they started counting from the end. So I believe some of these are kind of tricky. So we'll just do an example here. So here we could have the string, for example, blue, green, blue. Oops, sorry. Okay, so blue, green, blue. So if index points to, okay, so we just have private index here, then we'll say index points to str dot. We'll change this here. So we'll say str dot last index of. We'll pass the string blue here. So if the index is not equal -1, message box dot show index dot toString. Otherwise, we could just show false. So we'll just save that, run it. Let's see what it says here. So blue would be looking for the last occurrence, so the first one wouldn't be, when the first one would get skipped, so the answer is 11. So what is the answer? 11. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so it doesn't start counting backwards, but it just, but it will, basically it skips the first occurrence. So the first one gets skipped. It does start counting from the start index, so you start at 0. Go to the length -1. In this case, it goes to the first character of that string. Not before the first character, but after the first character. Which in that case, the answer would be 11. So you can also pass 2 parameters or arguments to this one as well. So we can pass in we could change the string here again. Okay, so I just have a sequence of XX's and OO's, double O's with spaces. So here, for example, we could say index points to str dot last index of. Here we're going to pass in two parameters. So we'll pass in double x comma, and then we'll pass in the second argument as 10. So we're looking for the value xx we're starting at the index 10. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12. So let's just see what the answer is here. Okay, so the answer was 6. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think it starts the start index counting backwards, so the one that we did, what was the one that we just did? Blue, green, blue. We passed in, what did we pass in? We passed in the string blue to blue, so let's just look at that one more time. So we had, let's just say we had private string. str points to blue, we had a space, and then green, then blue. Okay, so we passed in the parameter. No, this was just str.last index of blue. Okay, so in this case you don't have to count backwards. The start index counts back, so I believe here for the one that we just did, the start index, so if we're back to the X's and O's again, I believe the start index starts counting backwards. So it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so then we're looking for XX, so then not the first occurrence. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it told us it was that one. These ones are a little tricky, so let's just see what else, another example, if we have it. I think there should be a third overloaded version of this. Okay, so we can go back to this example here. So we'll pass in the parameter that we're looking for double O, and we're looking for that at index 10, or at starting at the start index of 10, and then we're also looking for a count of 8. Okay, so the answer was 9. What was the answer? 9. Okay, so we have, for example, we're looking for OO, so starting index 10. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're counting 8. That's not, I don't think that's right. So we're counting, so the start index is counting at 10. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're counting, maybe the count, no, that's not correct. What was the last one that we just did? The last one that we just did, we were looking for 10. So we just passed it 10 and XX. So we had here index points to str.last index of. We passed in XX, the string XX, and then we passed it 10. Okay, so we're counting the count. So the start index was 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, actually, I think that was correct. Actually, no. that one's a little tricky. I think it might be counting backwards in this case. So we're looking for 10. So sorry, we're starting at index 10 and we're looking for the value 00. We're counting 8. Okay, so then we're counting perhaps 8 from there. From the beginning, does it count from there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What was the answer for this one? So these ones are a little bit tricky. You might want to walk. Actually, I don't even think the walkthrough would tell you too much. So actually, sorry. So the answer was 9. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So our index was 10. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Count was 8. That one's a little bit tricky. So maybe if you want, you could always just stick with the str.last index of with the 2 parameters, or you could just go with 1 parameter. It's up to you. We'll probably just move on from that. If you're confused about that one, you can always just ask ChatGPT for the exact reason why that was the answer. So for the next one, we could pass in, for example, a character to last index of. So for example, we could change the string to chocolate ice cream here again. So then here we have index points to str dot. Okay, so last index of, and then we're looking for 1 character here. So index points to str.last index of. Okay, so we're looking for C from the last index. So index points to str.last index of. We're passing in C, the character C as a parameter. Then if the position does not, or the index does not equal -1, then we're showing that in the message box. Otherwise, we're just displaying false. Okay, so the answer was 14. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so it showed us the last index of the last C, starting from the end. So we'll probably just end it there. So we'll continue in the next video with the rest of the methods. So thanks for watching, guys. If you guys liked the video, you can like and subscribe to support the channel for more programming and investing tutorials. And the next one we'll be going over the continuation of string methods. So hopefully I'll see you guys there. Thanks.